Can you hear the lake in the background? Man, my bushcraft buddies would love to be setting up camp in there, stealth camping. All right, guys, I'm up here at the big lake. Let's get to the water and see if we can catch some fish still in that tournament. I gotta make some hay. I gotta be average. I gotta catch like 2 or 3 more over 20 inches. Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. All right, let's get out there and have some fun doing some fishing up here in the woods of North Texas and see what we can get. Thanks for hanging out with me. There we go. Finally, we got one. That's a good one. I just did a test cast up here, guys. On the speed low. Check that out. Right there. I was doing a test cast over here, and from way up here, bang, I got him. This one's on the Beast Coast Lil Magnum. I put some eyes on there, and it's on a Yum craw chunk right there. And there he is, right there. Not a bad fish. Let's get down here and get him in the water. I got my backpack on. All right, there he goes for the release. All right, guys, check this out. This is a little Charlie Brewer 3-inch grub on the back of a little jig spinner. Check that out. I think these are made by Blackfly, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna pitch this around and hopefully we'll get some action. Got this on the Mags 12 and 12. I just crank, 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 and then kill it. Crank, 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 and then kill it. Crank, 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 and then kill it. Check that out. Ooh, that looks good. Check this out, guys. This is one of the most deadliest crankbaits I've got, the Demiki DC100. I rarely throw them, but they're one of my favorites. I've caught some massive lake trout on them, northern pike, walleye, and big bass. For some reason, this bait just gets destroyed. I really like the 300 the best. The 200 is a good bait, and this 100 is phenomenal. People complain that they don't run straight and they don't attract a lot of fish. That's a load of junk. Ooh, I just had a fish fire out of there. What the heck was that guy? Maybe a little crappie? But anyway, check that out. Whew. So much fun to fish. And I don't use it that much because I don't want them to get desensitized to it. It's a great lure for a river, this DC 100 and the 200 too. If you're in like a shallow river, they see that thing zipping along, and they got some great colors too. These Demikis are so much fun to fish, guys. Man, they got such great action down there when they ricochet off of stuff. And then when you kill it, they come up and they're just so slow. And they have a nice little wobble coming back up. Sometimes they'll even turn around. Just a great all-around lure. Look at that thing barely coming up. Man, these things are fun to fish with. They look like shad too, these white ones. They got a school bus color. They got a whole bunch of different ones. Anytime I see them where they're dirt cheap, I just stock up on them. So I got a whole bunch of them. The 300 is my favorite. I've caught more on it. 200 is pretty good, and the 100 are about the same in terms of catch numbers. See how my line is just slack there as it floats up? It'll just do it. You just let it do its own thing, and then sometimes you'll see the line jump, and then you got one. All right, boys, we're hooked up on the East Coast Lil Magnum with a Charlie Brewer slider 3-inch grub as a trailer. Let me get my footing here. There we go. Check that out. That's not a bad bass right there. Whew, look at that guy. Man, that's a nice fish. All right, guys, there he is. That's a nice fish right there. Boom, there he goes. Man, that was fun to fish with. So the first setup I had there, throwing the 3-inch grub from Charlie Brewer, not much was happening, but this guy, man, bang, just got him right there. Let me show you what I was using. All right, so for this setup, I had a purple Beast Coast Lil Magnum right here, 3/8. And look at that Charlie Brewer 3-inch grub. And bam, he just hammered that. I was just swimming it along. Let it sit there, pop, pop, swim, swim, and bang. He got it. It's good stuff right there. So with these jigs, I always swim them, but there are times where I do just let them sit. Especially if I got all that Pro-Cure on there, then I just kind of twitch them. Slowly move them. Just a little bit of vibration. I'm just paralleling the bank here. For the most part, I swim everything, even football heads. It just works out for me. I've gotten more strikes and hookups doing that. Ooh! You guys see that? It's up in the tree almost. Yeah, so when it first hits the water, I just kind of twitch, 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 twitch. Twitch, 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 twitch. I get bit that way. But then I start just really slow cranking. And if I hit something, I just kill it. Or if I know there's like a soft spot or a hard spot or a spot in between vegetation, then I'll just kill it. A lot of times I'll take the weed guards off to swim them. Yeah, this one's got Pro-Cure on it. Ooh, and it stinks. There's a shad freaking out right here. Let's see if something's chasing him. Yeah, I don't do much flipping and pitching either. I'm always swimming it. I guess when I let it land on the cast, then I guess you could say I'm pitching it and flipping it, but I'm usually going to swim it right out of there. So much fun, guys. Give it a shot. Practice swimming things that aren't swim jigs, like a flipping jig or an arky style, or a, well, I guess that's it, or a Magnum size, big size football head. Swim that. Swim it right above the rocks. Let it kind of tink along there. Big jigs, small jigs, just swim them. All right, I bombed that out there. Now I'm walking back because I want to throw a crankbait through there. So I've got this on the old Icon, or new Icon, but meaning old, O-L-E, from St. Croix, 6/8. It's got a nice sensitive tip. It's got some good backbone. So one thing is, after I'm swimming it and I do drop it, kill it, whatever, because sometimes a bass will be following it, and then you drop it, stop it, give it a twitch or two. Either they'll hit it then or when it starts going again. But I have so much fun fishing it that way. Check that out. And that is good stuff right there. Charlie Brewer Slider Company. Those 3-inch grubs are just epic trailers. Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. I'm up here at the Buffalo Hole trying to whack a crappie on a hair jig, one of my custom hair jigs. Got this on the 6/8 custom mags rod, 12-pound sunline braid to 12-pound sunline fluoro. Hopefully we'll catch one, then I'll go back to bass fishing. I can catch bass on this too, but I love throwing a hair jig. It's one of my little ones that I made during all the jig tying story. I hadn't done a jig tying story in a while. Boy, that thing casts a country mile. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all the support. My name's Alan. I'm usually fishing somewhere. Let's see if we can catch a crappie or a bass. Kind of weird weather rolling through. It's kind of windy. We never get wind out of the east, and that's where it's from, is the east. Yep, that looks good in the water. All right, let's see if we can whack a few. Oh man, those big boils in there are big carp. I was thinking they were bass. There's one right by the swim jig. Dang, man. I'm in here practicing swim jig techniques. I'm throwing working to practice throwing a flipping jig, a swim jig, and yes, even a football head. I like to swim all of them. These giant carp are in here. Oh well, so you can see there's grass all around me, all through here. So I'm just trying to run it and drop it into a hole. There's big crappie in here too. We'll see how this goes. I'm using one of these Booyah swim jigs in that bone color. It's got good visibility in there. So we'll see if we can get something to bite. Those dang carp. I was thinking, oh man, the bass are, would be a really good spawning flat area. But those are just big carp. All right, guys, we're hooked up on the swim jig, and I scared up a whole bunch of carp. They were all flushing out of here. Just big boils. I hope I didn't snag a carp. Come on, get out of there, you goofball. I've got on the Crush City freeloader as that trailer. Is there a bass in this cabbage? There is. It's a cabbage bass. Hey, there he is. Not bad, huh? Let's get rid of this cabbage. Get a better grip here. He's not a bad fish. He's just cruising through in the grass there. All right, you ready? You ready? Let me get in here a little deeper so I can let him go for the release. See, they don't need much depth. Look, it looks super shallow, and you saw, look how he kicked that all up. All right, let's take a look. So I didn't catch anything on the hair jig, but I've been throwing this guy around. So I've just been working with the swim jigs, trying to test different things out. I'm decent with the swim jig. There it is. It's that Booyah. I can't remember what it's called, but it's this in this bone color. Snip the head of that of the trailer off. Put in there, I thinned the skirt out a little bit. Man, that was fun catching that guy. Boy, I've been in here for quite a while. Hadn't caught anything until him. Whew. Tough dredging. These stinking carp, they're all in here. And then they were all in here. And when I set the hook, my line tightened and they all just went huge boil of them. It was pretty funny. That's what I'm doing, just pitching out there and just bringing it through. And when I get into a pocket, just kill it a little bit. Oh, dang it. I saw one come up and swipe at it, crying out loud, and he didn't get it. Crying out loud. He went right over there. He was a little dude though. I mean, I saw him come up and I saw like a little wake and him just swing at it. Swing and a miss. Speaking of which, baseball has started. Oh, I need one to look at that. Look how awesome that looks, guys, with that color. I need to get on there and just order a whole bunch more of that bone color. They got bone chartreuse, bone with pink, bone with a different off-white. Yeah, this is tough fishing through here, but it's fun, you know, it's good practice. Yeah, look at all those carp. I don't know if you can see them. They're all just laying around in there. Whew. You hear the frogs? We're just getting warm enough for all that stuff to get fired up. Last time I fished this spot, I was throwing one of my weedless modified MEPs, and I whacked one on a freaky fish from Lunker City. Oh man, this is like paradise in heaven for me. It's tough fishing, but just to be out here to try and tinker and, you know, learn a few tips and tricks, or apply some tips and tricks that I've learned. I've tried some different colors. Nothing was doing, so I stuck with this white one for quite a while. I just really like that bone. It's kind of like a fluorescent glow bone. You'll have to go to LureNet and check it out. Go to Booyah, their little section. Man, check that out. See what I mean? Whew. That's irresistible. All right, guys. I know it's a short video, but that's gonna do it for me. So if you ever worry about fishing in grass, look how thick this crap is. And I did pretty decent. Just get a swim jig, thin out the skirt. You don't want 50 strands or 40 strands, because it'll catch on itself, and people don't realize that the skirt material will limit its own action. And then get your favorite trailers. You can do a paddle tail, straight tail worms are really good. Ah, there's a turtle right there. You can do the Berkeley Power Stingers are great. I love throwing those. That's the one I use the most. If I'm doing a cross style, I'll throw Cream's got some really dense, excellent craws. I see you, Mr. Snapping Turtle. Lunker City, the Karate Craw. Excellent. Oh man, I'm right in the middle of just a real good soft spot. Oh man, nothing was home. What is that racket? Do you guys hear that? Sounds like a kid screaming its head off. Right here in the wilderness. Come on, man. There we go. Hadn't had any big crappie come up and eat this. I've had crappie eat swim jigs before, and my hair jigs. Hair jigs are a little bit smaller than this guy, but anyway. Yeah, nothing on my hair jig. Usually I bag a couple of crappie and a decent bass. Check that out, guys. Pick some up. All right, until next time, I'll see y'all then. Have a good one. Hope you're catching some good stuff. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet